In the vast plains of 1880s Nebraska, a black mail-order bride arrives with dreams of a new life, only to face rejection for the color of her skin. Alone and heartbroken, she believes her journey has ended, until a millionaire farmer sees her not as a stranger, but as his perfect match. This is a story of courage, love, and the beauty of being truly seen. Welcome to Entire Stories. Meet Esther Coleman, a 28-year-old black woman from Philadelphia, whose spirit shines brighter than the hardships she's faced. Born to freed parents, Esther grew up with dreams of a family and a home to call her own. In 1885, with few prospects in the city and a heart full of hope, she answers an advertisement to become a mail-order bride, seeking a fresh start in the Nebraska frontier. Her letters, filled with wit and warmth, win the heart of a farmer named Thomas Reed, or so she thinks. But when she arrives, her journey takes a painful turn. Esther's life in Philadelphia was one of resilience. She worked as a seamstress, saving every penny for a better future. When Thomas, a widower seeking a wife, wrote to her, his letter spoke of a simple life on a farm, a place where love could grow. Esther, longing for connection, agreed to travel west. She packed her few belongings, a Bible, a sewing kit, and her mother's locket, and set out for Willow Creek. But the man waiting at the stagecoach stop isn't the kind soul she imagined, and her arrival sparks a moment of heartbreak. Now, Willow Creek is a growing town, its fields rich with promise, but its people steeped in the prejudices of the time. Thomas Reed, expecting a white bride based on Esther's eloquent letters, is shocked to see a black woman step off the stagecoach. "You're not what I ordered," he says coldly, turning away. Esther, humiliated, stands alone in the dust, her dreams crumbling. But nearby another man watches, a millionaire farmer named James Harper, whose own loneliness has taught him to see beyond appearances. Their paths are about to cross in a way that will change their lives forever. The sun beats down on Willow Creek as Esther walks away from Thomas's rejection, her heart heavy but her head held high. The townsfolk stare, some with curiosity, others with disdain, unused to seeing a black woman in their midst. Esther finds refuge in a boarding house run by a kind widow, Mrs. Clara, who offers her a room for the night. Alone, Esther opens her locket, whispering to her mother's memory, "I thought this was my chance." She's ready to return to Philadelphia, believing Nebraska holds no future for her. Across town, James Harper, a millionaire farmer who owns the largest wheat fields in Willow Creek, hears whispers about Esther. James is a widower. His wife lost to illness 5 years ago, leaving him with a sprawling farm and an empty heart. Unlike Thomas, James has no use for prejudice. His wealth came from hard work, not judgment, and his late wife taught him to value character over color. Intrigued by the story of a woman brave enough to travel west alone, he decides to seek her out, sensing she might be more than a stranger in need. That evening, James visits the boarding house, his hat in hand. Mrs. Clara introduces him to Esther, who's wary but polite. "I heard what happened," James says, his voice gentle. "I don't think you're meant to leave just yet." Esther, stung by rejection, hesitates. "I'm not what folks here want," she says. James smiles, unfazed. "Maybe you're exactly what someone needs." His words spark a flicker of hope in Esther, but she's not ready to trust again. Not yet. What James does next will show her he sees her as his perfect match. James invites Esther to see his farm, not as a bride, but as a guest, offering her a place to stay while she decides her next step. The Harper farm is a sight to behold. Golden wheat swaying in the breeze, a sturdy house with a porch, and a garden where roses still bloom in memory of James's wife. As they walk, James shares his story, his rise from a poor settler to a wealthy farmer, his loneliness since his wife's passing. Esther, touched by his openness, begins to share her own. Her love of sewing, her dreams of a family, the pain of Thomas's rejection. Esther's guard softens as she sees James's genuine heart. She notices his calloused hands, his quiet respect, and the way he listens without judgment. In the garden, she pulls out her notebook, sketching the roses, her pencil moving with ease. James watches, amazed. "You're an artist," he says, and Esther blushes, unused to praise. Their conversations grow over meals, on walks, in the quiet of the porch, and Esther realizes James sees her not as a mail-order bride, but as a woman with dreams, strength, and beauty. But the town's prejudice looms, threatening their budding bond. Willow Creek buzzes with gossip about the black bride living at Harper's farm. Thomas, bitter, fuels the rumors claiming James is making a mistake. At a Sunday church service, Esther and James attend together, her presence drawing stares. James, undeterred, offers her his arm, his quiet strength shielding her from judgment. Esther, inspired by his courage, begins to see a future here, not just as James's wife, but as a partner in a life built on mutual respect. When James makes a bold move, it proves he sees her as his perfect match. One evening in the rose garden, James kneels before Esther, his voice steady. "Esther Coleman, you're not what I expected. You're more. Will you be my wife?" He offers a simple ring, his late wife's, a symbol of trust. Esther, tears in her eyes, says yes, her heart full. Their wedding is modest, held in the church with Mrs. Clara and a handful of open-minded townsfolk. Esther wears a dress she sewed herself, its intricate stitches a testament to her skill. The town's whispers fade as James and Esther's love shines, a beacon of hope. Esther doesn't just become James's wife. She becomes Willow Creek's heart. She opens a sewing business, her dresses earning praise even from those who once judged her. She paints murals at the community center, teaching children to create, her art healing old wounds. James, proud of her, builds a studio on the farm, where Esther's sketches become paintings that draw visitors from miles away. The town, slowly changing, begins to see Esther as James does. Not a stranger, but a woman whose courage and talent enrich their lives. At Willow Creek's Harvest Festival, Esther and James dance under lantern light, their laughter mingling with the town's. Children tug at Esther's skirt, showing her their drawings, while neighbors admire her latest mural. Even Thomas, softened by time, offers a quiet apology, his prejudice no match for Esther's grace. The farm, once James is alone, is now a home filled with love, art, and community. Esther's journey, begun with rejection, ends with a legacy of acceptance, proving that love sees beyond color to the heart within. Esther's rejection was meant to break her, but James's love, rooted in seeing her true worth, lifted her up, uniting a town in respect and admiration. Their story shows that when we look beyond prejudice, we find the perfect match for our hearts. What do you think of this story? Have you witnessed love defy the odds? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and if this story moved you, give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs hope today.